The opulent suite finally registered in his mind. This was not the simple lounge Kevin promised. It was someone's luxurious private suite. Tonight was supposed to be a dinner with business partners. The most important CEO had canceled at the last minute. Partners said Mr. Vance just returned from abroad. He was staying in a hotel while his new condo was renovated. Leo's heart skipped a beat when he heard that name. He wanted to ask for the CEO's full name, but asking might seem strange or too forward. He hoped for a natural opportunity to inquire later. Before he could, Kevin had already made his move. He had drugged Leo's drink at the restaurant. Kevin was another male Omega at the company. They had started working there around the same time. Leo received promotions while Kevin remained stagnant. An alpha colleague Kevin liked had a crush on Leo. This fueled Kevin's deep resentment for him. He often spoke ill of Leo behind his back. Kevin sat beside him and accidentally broke his glass. He apologized profusely, an uncharacteristic display. Then he brought Leo a fresh glass of wine. Halfway through dinner, dizziness overwhelmed Leo. His pheromones were becoming difficult to suppress. He went to the restroom to try and cool down. There, he encountered Kevin once again. Kevin noted how pale he looked. He offered to take Leo to a lounge to rest. Leo thought perhaps Kevin had changed his ways. He was wrong. This was all part of the plan. He asked whose room it was, his voice strained. Kevin threw him onto the plush carpet. A triumphant smile spread across Kevin's face. He stated that this was Mr. Vance's room. Kevin explained that he copied the keycard from a friend. He sneered that Leo was finished. He would be fired by the next morning. Leo processed the situation slowly, his mind hazy. This Mr. Vance was known to dislike Omegas. He had a particular aversion to personal advances. Someone once sent an Omega to his room for a project. He threw the Omega into the hotel hallway. The person had only been wearing delicate lingerie. Mr. Vance then blacklisted their entire company. He especially loathed Omegas with a freesia scent. Apparently, one such Omega had deceived him badly. Mr. Vance had searched for this person for years. When asked what he would do, his reply was chilling. He had coldly uttered a single word: kill. Leo's own pheromone scent was freesia. If Mr. Vance found him, he would be thrown out. His boss would then certainly fire him. His reputation would be destroyed in an instant. Finding another job in this industry would be impossible. Kevin's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen and smiled. He mentioned that Mr. Vance was on his way back. Kevin then said his goodbyes and prepared to leave. Leo tried to grab him but lacked any strength. The drug had neutralized his inhibitor patch. It directly induced a false heat in his body. His freesia pheromones flooded the entire suite. He remembered an extra inhibitor patch in his jacket. He was struggling to reach for it. Then he heard the distinct click of a keycard. The door swung open. A single thought echoed in his mind. He was finished. He slowly looked towards the entrance. The room was dim, obscuring details. Only a tall, imposing silhouette was visible. The man seemed to choke on the thick scent of freesia. He let out a harsh curse. He muttered about another one showing up. Leo's consciousness was fading. Still, the voice sounded vaguely familiar to him. The man slammed the door shut with a loud bang. Through the door, Leo heard his cold, detached voice. He ordered someone to get the person out of his room. He told them to find out who was responsible. They were to be dealt with just like the others. He also demanded a new room immediately. Soon, several voices gathered outside the door. Someone swiped a card and the door opened. A large figure strode in without hesitation. He was lifted and thrown over a broad shoulder. Leo could tell they were bodyguards from their attire. They likely wore powerful scent blockers. His pheromones did not seem to affect them at all. The bright hallway lights assaulted his eyes. He instinctively squeezed them shut. He heard someone apologizing profusely nearby. They promised Mr. Vance a full investigation. A familiar MHM came in response. That deep tone sounded just like Adrian. Leo fought to regain a sliver of consciousness. He forced his eyes open, looking toward the voice. When he saw the face, blood rushed to his head. The sudden pressure was intensely painful. He quickly lowered his head, feigning unconsciousness. He repressed his pain, waiting to be carried away. Suddenly, Adrian's voice cut through the air. It was unexpectedly tinged with a slight tremor. He told them to wait for a moment. Someone walked in front of him. After seeing Leo's face, the man snatched him. He was pulled from the bodyguard's shoulder. Adrian held him tightly in his arms. Leo let out a small cry of surprise. He looked at the person holding him so firmly. Adrian's eyes were bloodshot. He asked if it was really him, his voice raw. The surrounding staff stared, utterly bewildered. One moment, Adrian was ordering Leo's removal. The next, he was carrying him back inside the room. Adrian placed him gently on the large bed. His wide palm rested against Leo's forehead. He asked why he was burning up so much. He wondered aloud if Leo was in heat. His cool hand was a welcome relief. The intense heat made Leo tilt his face upwards. He wanted more contact with the cool surface. He rubbed his cheek lightly against Adrian's hand. Adrian seemed to freeze for a moment. His entire body became rigid with surprise. This stiffness jolted Leo back to reality. He remembered Adrian hated being touched by him. In the past, Adrian would flinch away from any contact. He treated Leo as if he were something unclean. Now, his hazy mind had dared to nuzzle his hand. Fearing Adrian would throw him out, he pulled back. He tried to shrink away from Adrian's touch. But he only moved an inch before being pulled closer. Adrian Dudong placed his hand back on Leo's cheek. He asked if he was feeling very hot. He offered to help cool him down. Leo's mind was a chaotic mess. Logic told him to move away from Adrian, but instinct drew him closer to the coolness. He managed a slight nod. A scent of sea salt and mint filled the room. His body temperature began to drop slightly. It was Adrian releasing his own pheromones. Their pheromone compatibility was 85%. Adrian's scent had a powerful soothing effect on him. The false heat made him bold. He felt the coolness of Adrian's silk shirt. He pressed his entire body against him. He clung to him like a small octopus. Perhaps he was too heavy. Adrian took a deep, shaky breath. His voice was hoarse when he said Leo's name. Leo mumbled a response, still dazed. Adrian told him to stop moving. He used his other hand to steady Leo's restless body. His voice was low and strained. He admitted his own inhibitor was wearing off. Before Leo could process this, a knock came at the door. Adrian seemed both relieved and reluctant at the sound. He started to get up to answer it. The human air conditioner was leaving. Leo instinctively grabbed onto him, holding him back. Adrian's voice was soft. He gently stroked Leo's face. He promised to be right back. Adrian speaking to him so gently felt unreal. Helping him cool down was even more shocking. He must have a severe fever. This had to be a hallucination. Adrian opened the door and took something. He returned to the bedside immediately. In his hand were several inhibitor shots. He warned Leo that it would hurt a little. Then, he opened one and injected it into Leo's arm. Next, he quickly gave himself a shot. The intense heat in his body began to subside. But his consciousness grew even hazier. His eyelids felt heavy and drifted shut. He felt a cool kiss on the gland of his neck. Adrian's breath was warm against his ear. He whispered that Leo was not allowed to run away this time. When he woke, he was alone. The room was filled with a rich sea salt and mint scent. His head throbbed with a dull ache. Fragments of the previous night flashed in his mind. The pain was splitting his head. His phone showed it was already 10 a.m. Thankfully, it was Saturday, so he didn't have work. Work, the project, Mr. Vance? The thought of Adrian brought him back to full alertness. Oh my God. The infamous Mr. Vance was Adrian Vance. The same Adrian who always seemed annoyed by his presence. But yesterday, something had been different. Adrian had not been harsh or cruel. He did not throw him out into the hallway. Instead, he had carried him back into the room. He suddenly remembered what colleagues had said. Adrian disliked a freesia-scented Omega, so that Omega had been him all along. Even after all these years, he still resented him. He sighed and slowly got up. He decided to get cleaned up and run away. Run. If he didn't leave now, he would be finished. He quickly washed his face. As he looked in the mirror, he noticed something. There were 2 small red dots on his neck. The weather was getting colder. Strange to still have mosquitoes around. He ignored it, rushing out of the room. But just outside, a man in a suit stood waiting. The man saw him and nodded politely. He greeted Leo as Mr. Collins. He introduced himself as Mr. Vance's assistant, Alex. Leo greeted him back awkwardly. He tried to say goodbye and make a quick escape. But Alex took a step forward, blocking his path. He asked if Leo was heading home. Alex explained Mr. Vance had an urgent matter at the office. He was instructed to drive Leo home once he awoke. Leo quickly refused the offer. He insisted he could just take a cab himself. Alex kept a pleasant smile, like a friendly tiger. He said he had to insist on driving him. Otherwise, Mr. Vance would deduct it from his salary. Damn. Adrian, the heartless boss. He must hold a serious grudge against him. He was afraid Leo would escape before he could settle the score. Though, to be fair, he did deceive Adrian years ago. Before Adrian left for a competition, he asked Leo to wait. He said he had something important to tell him. Leo had agreed on the surface, but he thought to himself that he would never wait. The guy had nothing good to say to him. He was just a jerk who always scowled at him. He could go be with that Omega with 95% compatibility. So Leo went straight to Adrian's father. He asked for help transferring schools. He also asked him to hide his new location. And Adrian held that grudge until now. He felt a pang of sympathy for the assistant. He reluctantly agreed to let Alex drive him home. As soon as he got home, his phone rang. It was a close colleague of his, Ben. Ben asked if Leo was okay after last night. He heard that Leo had too much to drink. Leo assured him that he was fine. Ben said that was good to hear. Then his tone shifted to a more gossipy one. He asked if Leo had seen Mr. Vance yesterday. Rumor had it he was incredibly handsome. Leo replied he had only seen photos. He agreed the man was handsome, even more so in person. He feigned ignorance about seeing him. Ben lamented that it was such a shame. Many Omegas at their company wanted to see him. They all considered Adrian their ideal type. But he added that it was just a fantasy. Apparently, Adrian was getting engaged soon. Leo's heart sank. He asked who the person was. Ben thought for a moment. He said the name was something like Lucas. Oh, Lucas. The Omega with a 95% pheromone match with Adrian. On Monday, Kevin's desk at the office was empty. Leo asked a colleague about it. The colleague said Kevin had offended someone important. He was fired over the weekend and had to clear out his desk. Leo was stunned. The general manager was in his office. Leo knocked and entered. He wanted to discuss withdrawing from the project. With Adrian as the client, he couldn't continue. However, the manager greeted him with a huge smile. It was a warmth he had never seen before. He said he was just about to look for Leo. The manager's grin made him uneasy. Leo hesitantly brought up his request. He asked if it was possible to leave the project. The manager's smile vanished instantly. A large bead of sweat dripped down his forehead. He asked what was wrong. He wondered if Leo was having some personal issues. Initially, the manager didn't even want him on the project. Their relationship had never been particularly good. He much preferred employees who flattered him. Leo was only included because his mentor insisted. But now, the manager was desperately trying to keep him. He exclaimed that Leo couldn't possibly leave. The entire project depended on him. He offered a significant bonus. He pleaded that they couldn't do it without him. Leo tried to refuse, but it was no use. Instead, he ended up with a new task. He was carrying bags of gifts to Adrian's company. It was framed as building a good relationship. The project manager at Adrian's company was Mr. Chin. Leo arrived at the building's lobby. He thought if he was quick, he could avoid Adrian. He furtively texted Mr. Chun from a corner. He wrote that he would leave the items at the front desk. He told him to pick them up when he had time. Unexpectedly, Mr. Chun called him immediately. He sounded surprised that Leo was already there. He then stammered an invitation for Leo to come up. Leo declined, saying he had other things to do. Mr. Chen's voice sounded strained. He seemed to be making up excuses on the spot. He asked if Leo could wait for him downstairs. He claimed he had some work matters to discuss. Leo felt he couldn't refuse. He sat down in the lobby to wait. The entire skyscraper belonged to Adrian's company. The lobby was magnificent, radiating wealth. He felt like a country bumpkin, looking around in awe. Just then, the automatic doors opened. A young man walked in. He wore a fine white shirt and had soft hair. He was as beautiful as a girl. An acquaintance greeted him warmly. The person called out to Lucas. Lucas smiled and returned the greeting. Leo's breath hitched. He hid behind a large potted plant near the sofa. He was trying to make himself invisible. The elevator doors opened. Leo expected to see Mr. Chin. Instead, Adrian walked out purposefully. He scanned the lobby, searching for someone. Lucas stepped directly into his path, blocking him. He smiled sweetly and asked if Adrian was going out. Adrian ignored him and kept looking around. His gaze swept over Leo's hiding spot. He paused for a fraction of a second. Leo quickly looked away and shrank back further. He chanted a silent mantra. "He can't see me." The mantra failed. Footsteps approached his hiding spot. A pair of expensive leather shoes appeared before him. A familiar voice called out his name. A new text message appeared on his phone. It was from Mr. Chin. It said something came up and he couldn't make it. Mr. Vance was coming down to meet him instead. This was it. He had no choice but to look up. Lucas hurried over, following Adrian. His expression soured when he saw Leo. He stammered Leo's name. He forced a smile, asking what he was doing here. Leo and Lucas were not close, but out of politeness, he replied. He explained he was just dropping something off. He said he was about to leave. He didn't care about the gifts anymore. He stood up, ready to bolt. But Adrian grabbed his hand firmly. His grip was tight, his gaze intense. His eyes moved to Leo's neck. A hidden satisfaction appeared in his eyes. He saw the two faint red marks there. He raised his other hand. He gently brushed a fingertip over one of the marks. Leo felt like he was struck by lightning. He violently shook off Adrian's hand. He stammered, completely shocked. He clutched his neck, horrified. He fled the scene as if his life depended on it. This was terrible. After years apart, Adrian was not just crueler. He had become a total creep, a certified weirdo. Ever since that strange encounter, Leo felt on edge. He was anxious every single day. Thankfully, he did not see Adrian again that week. On Friday evening, he saw his neighbor's door was open. Workers were moving boxes in and out. The previous tenant had moved out 6 months ago. The apartment had been vacant ever since. This week, it seemed someone finally took it. Workers had been moving things in all week. He was peeking curiously when a familiar figure appeared. Alex was instructing the movers about a carpet. He told them to be careful with the expensive item. He then noticed Leo and bowed slightly. He wished him a good evening. Leo's jaw dropped. He asked if Alex was moving in. Alex smiled and corrected him. He said it was purchased, not rented. And it wasn't for him, but for Mr. Vance. Leo was speechless. This building was quite old and the units were small. But the location was excellent, so the rent was high. Leo had chosen it to sleep in a few extra minutes. He had reluctantly paid the expensive rent. Meanwhile, Adrian lived in a 3-story mansion. It was located in the most exclusive part of the city. His swimming pool was larger than Leo's entire apartment. And now he was moving in across the hall. Everyone had gone insane. Leo returned to his apartment in a daze. He shut the door behind him. A knock on the door made him open it again. Adrian's handsome face appeared before him. Leo slammed the door shut in his face. What was happening? Was this the final showdown? He was really tempting fate now. He had just slammed a door on Adrian Vance. He should probably start planning his own funeral. It was almost 11 p.m. when another knock came. He cautiously peeked through the peephole. He saw Alex standing there this time. After some hesitation, he opened the door. A faint scent of sea salt and mint greeted him. Alex looked anxious. He said Mr. Vance's pheromone disorder was acting up. He was about to take his medication. Alex begged Leo to stop him. He explained the medicine had terrible side effects. Leo was stunned. He asked if Adrian's condition hadn't improved. Adrian's disorder caused painful, needle-like rashes. There were 2 treatments available for it. One was medication, but it came with severe side effects. Long-term use could lead to drug resistance. This would only worsen the condition over time. The other was exposure to a highly compatible pheromone. An 85% match or higher was needed. This treatment was effective and had no side effects. But finding such a compatible person was extremely rare. Leo had first met Adrian because of this. His pheromone compatibility with Adrian was 85%. He thought he was Adrian's destined partner. Then Lucas appeared on the scene. Their compatibility was an astonishing 95%. Lucas was Adrian's true soulmate. With such a high match, Adrian should be cured by now. But Alex's words suggested he was worse. Leo felt he couldn't help. He bit his lip and asked a question. He wondered if Alex had called Lucas for help. Alex looked confused. He asked why he would ever call Lucas. Leo was unsure what to say. He mentioned their rumored engagement. A voice came from inside the apartment. Adrian denied any engagement to Lucas. He emerged from his room. The top buttons of his shirt were undone. A large red rash covered his chest. He frowned, clearly suppressing great pain. But his gaze on Leo was intensely serious. He stated that there was nothing between him and Lucas. While they waited for the private doctor, Adrian leaned on him. One arm was loosely wrapped around Leo's waist. The other hand held Leo's tightly. Whenever Leo tried to pull his hand away, Adrian would hiss. He would make a sound of pain, looking miserable. Leo would then give up trying to escape. Pheromone therapy did not require physical contact. But Adrian's eyes were closed tightly. He seemed to be in genuine agony. Perhaps that was why he was holding his hand. He only ever sought closeness when he was not fully conscious. Alex had to leave. Now it was just the two of them in the room. When the doctor finally arrived, Leo felt relieved. He moved to open the door, but Adrian refused to let go of his hand. He looked at Leo with a pitiful expression. Leo had to half support him to the door. He opened it to reveal a very young doctor. The doctor looked incredibly annoyed. He complained about the late hour. He stated his fee would be 4 digits. His words trailed off when he saw them. He saw Adrian with his head on Leo's neck. The doctor's eyes widened in shock. He looked as if he had seen a ghost. He swore loudly. He demanded to know who Leo was. Adrian lifted a heavy eyelid. He dryly replied that he was his father. The doctor's eyes were wide as saucers. He looked back at Leo. Then understanding dawned on his face. He exclaimed Leo's name. He was thrilled to finally meet him in person. He commented on how good-looking Leo was. No wonder Adrian had been obsessed for so long. Leo couldn't stand it anymore. He interrupted the doctor's rambling. He asked if he could please check on Adrian. The doctor quickly agreed. With great effort, he managed to pry Adrian off Leo. He helped Adrian into the bedroom for an examination. He told Leo to wait in the living room. From the bedroom came the doctor's intermittent shouts. He exclaimed that all the vitals were normal. He accused Adrian of faking the severity. He asked if Adrian scratched the rash himself. He said he'd never seen him this weak before. He refused to falsify a medical report. He claimed to have professional ethics. Then a number was mentioned, 50,000. The doctor's tone changed immediately. He asked how severe Adrian wanted the report to be. He suggested a kissing therapy treatment plan. Leo couldn't hear clearly. He leaned closer to the door. Just then, the beta doctor emerged, beaming. He told Leo that Adrian was in his care. He stressed that Adrian must not take the medicine. The side effects had already damaged his stomach. He had even been hospitalized for it before. He couldn't understand why Adrian was so stubborn. He had a 95% match omega available. But he refused the pheromones and chose the pills. With every word, Leo's heart tightened. After the doctor left, he went to the bedroom. Adrian was lying with his eyes closed. More of his shirt buttons were undone. The faint lines of his abs were visible. His skin was still flushed red. Leo tried to steel himself. He told himself not to be swayed by his looks. He had to remember how cold Adrian used to be. Now was his chance. He had to run. As if sensing his thoughts, Adrian opened his eyes. He reached out to take Leo's hand. Leo took a step back, avoiding his touch. A shadow of disappointment crossed Adrian's face. His hand hung in the air for a moment. Finally, he slowly retracted it. Silence filled the space between them. After a long moment, he heard Adrian speak. The word was sorry. Leo stood frozen in place. Adrian had almost never apologized to him. In the past, Leo always had to console himself. He would tell himself it was okay. But now, he didn't want to say it was okay. So instead, he told Adrian to move back home. He said they should not have any more contact. In his junior year of high school, Adrian's father approached him. He explained their 85% pheromone compatibility. He asked Leo to live at their house. He would be there to help treat Adrian's disorder. In return, he would cover his grandmother's medical bills. Leo's parents were divorced. His mother was raising him alone. The medical bills were a huge financial burden. He didn't want his mother to struggle so much. so he agreed to the arrangement. Before he moved in, Adrian's father warned him. He said Adrian had a difficult personality. He advised Leo to avoid provoking him. Leo was prepared for the worst, but Adrian was even more hostile than he imagined. At the time, Adrian had a terrible relationship with his father. He believed Leo was a spy sent by him. He thought Leo was there to monitor his every move. He was extremely resistant to Leo's presence. He refused Leo's pheromones. He preferred to take the medicine with side effects. The first time he had an attack, he was cold. He ordered Leo not to release his pheromones. He then took out a bottle of pills. He was about to swallow them. Leo didn't know where he got the courage. He lunged forward and snatched the capsules. He stuffed the bottle in his pocket. Then he ran to the kitchen. Adrian was stunned for a few seconds. He then strode towards him, looking furious. He looked like he was about to hit him. In a panic, Leo dove under the dining table. Adrian's expression was momentarily blank. He ordered him to come out. Leo refused, saying Adrian would surely hit him. He clutched the pill bottle tightly. He told Adrian he couldn't take the medicine. It was bad for his health. Adrian took a deep breath. He promised not to hit him if he came out. Leo was not a fool. He didn't believe him. He smelled the scent of freesia in the air. Adrian gritted his teeth and told him to stop. Leo trembled under the table, but he continued to release his pheromones. He watched until the rash on Adrian's hands faded. Only then did he stop. But Adrian didn't leave. He stood by the table, silent. If the enemy didn't move, he wouldn't dare move either. After a long wait, he grew anxious. He wanted to peek out to see what was happening, but his legs were numb from crouching so long. He lost his balance. His head slammed hard against the bottom of the table. Tears welled up in his eyes from the pain. He crawled out from under the table, looking pitiful. Adrian's face had been dark with anger, but seeing Leo's tear-streaked face, he changed. He let out a sudden laugh. He was a handsome boy. The 17-year-old was tall and striking. His rare smile was breathtakingly beautiful. Leo found himself unable to look away. His heart began to beat very fast. At that time, he didn't realize what it was. He didn't know that this feeling was love. After the 5th time he hid under the table, Adrian relented. He finally agreed to stop taking the medication. Though Adrian accepted his pheromones, he still disliked him. Leo transferred to Adrian's school, but Adrian forbade him from speaking to him there. They had to pretend to be complete strangers. At home, he barely acknowledged him. When he did speak, it was usually to call him an idiot. If Leo bit his tongue while eating, he was an idiot. If he struggled with his homework, he was an idiot. Leo tried to protest this treatment. He argued that being called an idiot would make him one. Adrian just sneered contemptuously. He would simply repeat the word idiot. Luckily, he soon made new friends. He even received a love letter. The sender was a rather handsome alpha. It was the first love letter he had ever received. He wanted to show it off to the entire world. Even Adrian noticed his unusual happiness. He asked what he was smiling about so foolishly. Leo held up the letter proudly. He announced that it was his first love letter. Adrian paused. Then his cold expression returned. He questioned who could have such poor taste. Leo angrily snatched the letter back. He ignored Adrian, telling himself not to be angry. But the letter didn't last long. He left it on the table. Adrian accidentally spilled a can of Coke on it. It became a soggy, brown mess. The culprit himself was unapologetic. He claimed it was fate. It meant Leo and the sender were not meant to be. He told him to go reject the boy immediately. Leo was furious but helpless. He thought he would leave as soon as Adrian was cured. He would be free from this spoiled young master. But his departure came sooner than he expected. In their senior year, a new student transferred. He was an Omega named Lucas. Unlike Leo, he came from a wealthy family. He was elegant and refined. He was exquisitely beautiful. Many alphas pursued him from the moment he arrived. Most importantly, his compatibility with Adrian was 95%. It was much higher than Leo's. Lucas was placed in Adrian's class. From then on, Adrian's circle included Lucas. His admirers included the smiling Omega. And Leo remained outside of his world. He was not surprised when Adrian's father wanted to talk. What surprised him was the outcome. He thought he was being asked to leave. But that was not the case. The man said Adrian refused to let him go. He was very firm about it. He didn't want to argue with his son, so he would respect his choice. But he made his own preference clear. He still favored Lucas. He said Lucas was the better choice in every aspect. He stubbed out his cigarette. He told Leo he could leave anytime he wanted. He just needed to let him know. After the conversation, he left the study. He saw Adrian standing right outside the door. As Leo emerged, Adrian stepped forward. He pinched Leo's cheek and tapped his head. He called him an idiot again. He told him not to listen to his father. He ordered him to stay put and not run away. Perhaps Adrian kept him because he was easy to bully. He was a convenient follower. Even so, Leo was still very happy. The weather grew colder. Christmas was just around the corner. Leo was incredibly excited. His birthday was on Christmas Day. His excitement made him want to talk to Adrian. He asked if Adrian knew what was special about the 25th. Adrian was looking at his phone, not paying attention. He replied that it was Christmas. Leo giggled and hinted there was more. Adrian remained expressionless. He said it was the school's winter formal. That was right. The school was holding a Christmas party. Adrian and Lucas were performing in the same act. They had been rehearsing together frequently. Leo insisted it was something else. He tried to give him a mysterious hint. He said it was someone's birthday. Adrian finally looked up from his phone. He stared at Leo for 2 seconds. Then, under Leo's expectant gaze, he answered. He said Jesus. Leo wanted to scream. Despite Adrian not knowing his birthday, he forgave him. It was fine. He could buy his own birthday cake. He would even share a piece with Adrian. He ordered a special strawberry cake. He had been eyeing it for a long time. Every day after school, he would stare at it. He would drool over the cake in the display window. Then Adrian would drag him away with a disgusted look. But on Christmas Day, things went wrong. Before Adrian's performance, he snuck backstage. He saw Adrian and Lucas standing face to face. Adrian's back was to him. He could see Lucas's face clearly. He saw the undisguised love in his eyes. Suddenly, Lucas seemed to sense his presence. His gaze shifted and met Leo's, but only for a second. He quickly looked away, as if nothing had happened. Then Lucas stepped closer to Adrian. The distance between them was mere centimeters. He reached out his hands. He expertly adjusted Adrian's tie. The gesture was natural and intimate. Leo turned around abruptly. He forced himself not to watch anymore. A sour feeling churned in his chest. He was so upset, he didn't know how he got back to his seat. He only snapped out of it when Adrian's performance began. It was an instrumental ensemble. Adrian was on the piano, Lucas on the violin. Whispers of gossip surrounded him. People said Adrian was so handsome. They said he and Lucas looked perfect together. They heard their compatibility was 95%. They called them a match made in heaven. He couldn't listen anymore. He got up and left the auditorium. The winter air was cold. His heart was even colder. He only felt a little better when he got his cake. But his happiness was short-lived. It was as if the universe was against him. He tripped on a loose stone on the sidewalk. He fell hard. The strawberry cake he had craved for a month was ruined. It was a complete mess on the pavement. He was stunned, staring at the destroyed cake. Maybe Adrian was right. He really was an idiot. That's why he lost his cake. And why he could never have Adrian. As he sat there in a daze, someone helped him up. It was the alpha who wrote him the love letter, Dylan. Dylan asked if he was okay. Leo assured him he was fine. Dylan helped him to a nearby bench. He used his phone's flashlight to check for injuries. He was relieved to find no cuts. He offered to walk Leo home. Leo initially refused, thanking him. He stood up slowly, ready to leave. Just then, a delivery scooter sped towards him. Dylan pulled him back just in time. Otherwise, he might have been hit. Dylan noted his shaken state. He insisted on escorting him home for safety. Leo thought he had a point and agreed. For safety's sake, they walked slowly. By the time they reached Adrian's house, it was very late. The house was dark except for a single dim lamp. Adrian was sitting on the sofa. His expression was grim. When he saw Leo return, he strode over. He demanded to know where he had been. His tone was sharp and displeased. He asked who the person was that walked him home. He must have seen Dylan from the balcony. But Leo was exhausted and didn't want to talk. He tried to walk past him to his bedroom. As he passed, Adrian grabbed his arm. He told him not to leave. He hadn't finished speaking. He paused, then leaned closer. He sniffed the air around Leo. His voice became icy and sharp. He asked why he smelled of another alpha's pheromones. He demanded to know what they had done. He shouted at him to speak. His grip tightened, forcing an answer. Then something warm and wet dripped onto his hand. It was scalding hot. Leo didn't want to cry. It was embarrassing and not cool at all. But he couldn't stop the tears. Adrian suddenly became flustered. Seeing Leo's tears, he grew frantic. He stammered Leo's name and told him not to cry. He tried to wipe away the tears with his hand. But Leo slapped his hand away. He pushed him and ran to his room. He cried himself to sleep. The next morning, he saw a message from Adrian. It said, "Happy birthday. I'm sorry." He was leaving for a training camp that day. Leo listened from his room for any sounds. He heard nothing. Assuming Adrian had left, he opened his door. But Adrian was still sitting on the living room sofa. He looked like a statue. His phone screen kept lighting up with calls. He didn't answer any of them. When he saw Leo, he stood up immediately. He rushed over to him. His voice was sincere in a way Leo had never heard. He said he was leaving for the camp. He asked Leo to wait for him to return. He had something important to tell him. He looked exhausted, as if he hadn't slept at all. Leo didn't say anything. Adrian refused to leave without an answer. After a tense standoff, Leo finally nodded. Only then did Adrian leave with his luggage. Before he left, he repeated himself. He told him he must wait for his return. Leo did not reply this time. He opened the fridge, looking for something to eat. Inside, he found a cake. It was identical to the one he had ordered. On top, written in chocolate sauce, were the words, "Idiot, happy birthday." He stared at the cake for a long time. Then he made a decision. He took out his phone. He blocked Adrian's number. Then he called Adrian's father. He asked for help transferring schools. He requested that his new location be kept secret. From that day on, he and Adrian had no more contact. After that night, Adrian did not move out. But Leo rarely saw him. However, every day when he came home, he found something. A fancy cake box would be sitting by his door. It was from a famous dessert brand. A tiny slice of cake cost hundreds of dollars. He opened the box. Inside was a milk crepe cake. It was topped with a single perfect strawberry. It smelled wonderfully sweet. He swallowed hard, fighting the temptation. He put the cake back in front of Adrian's door. But the next day, the cake was still there. It was untouched. It looked a bit sad after sitting out all night. He felt it was a waste. He called Alex, asking him to tell Adrian to stop. Alex said he would, but the cakes kept coming. Alex later explained that he tried. He told Leo that Mr. Vance wouldn't listen. He calmly suggested Leo talk to Adrian himself. He was sure Adrian would listen to him. Leo was exasperated. He had just told Adrian to stay away. Fine. He would eat the cake. It wasn't his money being wasted. After 2 weeks of this, he couldn't take it anymore. Even though it wasn't his money, it felt wasteful. He sent a text to Adrian. He told him to stop sending the cakes. Adrian replied almost immediately. He asked if he didn't like them. He offered to switch to a different bakery. Leo replied with a firm no. He didn't want cakes from any bakery. Adrian then asked if he no longer liked strawberry cake. He offered to try a different flavor. Communication had failed. He gave up. One evening, he came home late. He had gone out for dinner with colleagues. As he got out of the elevator, he saw a figure. Someone was sitting on the floor in front of his door. He was about to scream for help. Then the motion-activated light turned on. He saw the person's face. Adrian smelled of alcohol. He was probably a little drunk. He looked at Leo without speaking. After a moment, he held up a cake box. He said it was Leo's favorite strawberry cake. He mentioned it was fresh from the oven. He asked if Leo wanted some. Leo hardened his heart. No. He told Adrian he didn't like strawberry cake anymore. Adrian's eyes filled with sadness. After a long pause, he just said, "Oh." Then he asked, "What about me? Do you not like me anymore either?" Leo did not answer him. Adrian frowned and gasped, clutching his stomach. Leo's instincts took over. He immediately asked what was wrong. Adrian said his stomach hurt. His face was pale. He explained he had a business dinner. His stomach was already weak and he drank too much. Leo remembered what the doctor had said. Adrian had been on medication for years. The side effects were terrible for his stomach. He told Adrian he had to stop taking the medicine. He said Lucas's pheromones would be a better treatment. He asked Adrian why he was still taking the pills. Adrian looked at him with a helpless expression. He asked if Leo had misunderstood something. He said he did not like Lucas. He did not want his pheromones. He looked at Leo with deep, intense eyes. "Besides you, I don't want anyone else." Sometimes, Leo felt his doorstep was a magic portal. He could find cakes of every flavor there. Occasionally, he would find a tall, handsome drunk. Now, whenever Adrian got drunk, he came to his door. He would sit there, looking pitiful. He would sneakily try to hold Leo's hand. When caught, he would pretend nothing happened. Leo was furious but felt helpless. He accused Adrian of exploiting his kindness. He asked if he thought he was too soft-hearted. He threatened to actually kick him out. Adrian became even bolder. He asked if he could be a little kinder. He asked for a chance to pursue him again. Leo slammed the door in his face. That was a close one. He almost gave in again. Suddenly, a thought occurred to him. If Adrian relied on medication, his disorder should be worse. The attacks should be more frequent. But since that one incident months ago, he hadn't asked for help. After much deliberation, he called the doctor. He asked about Adrian's condition. The doctor was very enthusiastic. He asked what was wrong. He mentioned Adrian's last attack. He said it was about a week ago. This month, he'd had 2 or 3 attacks. The doctor had prescribed medication each time. Leo's grip on his phone tightened. He asked if Adrian had been using medication for years. The doctor confirmed it was true. He said Adrian had suffered greatly. He mentioned that Lucas had once tried to help. He had forcefully released his pheromones. That was a 95% compatibility match. But Adrian had simply thrown him out. The doctor clicked his tongue in disapproval. He said Adrian had no compassion for the cute Omega. Seeing Leo's silence, the doctor tried to comfort him. He said it was okay. He insisted Adrian deserved to suffer a little. He called Adrian stubborn and deserving of a lesson. Otherwise, he would never change. He told Leo not to forgive him too easily. He needed to be taken down a peg. The doctor then started complaining. He talked about how Adrian bullied him in college. His stories made Leo laugh. His mood lightened considerably. The next time Adrian was sitting at his door, he was ready. He walked up and reached into his coat pocket. He pulled out a small bottle of pills. He looked at Adrian with a serious expression. Adrian just chuckled softly. Leo felt his authority was being challenged. He demanded to know what was so funny. Adrian said it reminded him of the first time. The first time Leo had snatched his pills. His smile grew wider. He remembered him hiding under the table, and how he had bumped his head. "Stop!" Leo quickly cut him off. He forbade him from speaking about it. Adrian agreed immediately. He said he would listen to him and stop. He was no longer the sarcastic person he used to be. Leo found his normal behavior unsettling. He commented that it was strange. He wasn't used to it. Adrian's eyes darkened for a moment. Then he looked at Leo seriously. He said he was wrong in the past. He asked if Leo could forgive him. He said he asked Leo to wait for him. Leo had agreed, but then he disappeared. He had searched for him like a madman. But his father said Leo didn't want to see him. He was told not to bother him. He didn't know what to do. He felt empty for the first time in his life. Like a part of him had been carved out. That's when he realized he loved him. He loved him then, and he still loves him now. Christmas was approaching again. His colleagues wanted to take him out for his birthday, so he had to decline Adrian's invitation. He looked very disappointed, but he still told Leo to have fun. Adrian continued to leave things at his door. He still engineered accidental meetings every day. He said he didn't want to force him with pheromones. But Leo got intel from Alex. He caught Adrian taking his medication twice. He used his own pheromones to help him instead. Although he hadn't agreed to be with Adrian yet, he knew. He didn't want to see him in pain. He wanted him to be healthy and well. While out at dinner, he ran into Lucas. Surprisingly, Lucas wished him a happy birthday. Leo was surprised. He asked how he knew it was his birthday. Lucas smiled bitterly. He said after the performance on Christmas years ago, everyone wanted to go out to celebrate. Adrian had refused. He said some idiot was having a birthday. He had to rush back. Lucas was curious, so he followed him. He saw him pick up a cake from a bakery. His face had a tenderness he had never seen before. He later found out it was Leo's birthday. Lucas sighed. He said he loved Adrian for so long. He thought he could win him over. But it was impossible. He wished them both happiness. Leo watched him leave, feeling a mix of emotions. The restaurant was lively with Christmas music. People were laughing and talking, but all he could picture was Adrian, sitting alone in front of his apartment door. After dinner and cake, he rushed home. A familiar figure was waiting at his door. He must have returned earlier than expected. Adrian looked surprised to see him. Beside him was a large cake box. Through the clear plastic, he saw the cake. It was a strawberry cake. It looked almost identical to the one from senior year. Adrian said he wanted to make up for the past. He wanted to celebrate the birthday he missed. Leo's nose tingled. His eyes started to feel watery. He sniffed and said it was too late. Adrian's breath hitched. Leo continued, "But I'm feeling generous. I guess I can forgive you this time." Adrian looked as if he had been brought back to life. His hands trembled slightly. "Really?" It was a question, but he didn't wait for an answer. He pulled Leo into a tight hug. "Baby," he whispered, "you can't take it back." Leo saw the writing on the cake. This time it said, "Baby, happy birthday." He remembered the previous inscription. He punched Adrian lightly on the back. "You're the idiot," he muttered. "Your whole family are idiots." Adrian agreed. "Yes, I'm an idiot." He kissed the gland on Leo's neck. He asked if he still wanted to hear it. The words he wanted to say when he came back. Leo feigned reluctance. "Since you're asking so sincerely, I'll listen." Adrian laughed and kissed his cheek. He said it wasn't anything new. He had already told him. "I'm sorry, I was wrong, and I love you. Will you stay with me forever?" The question from years ago had returned. It had traveled through several Christmases back to him. He had to say yes. He was just too kind. So he said, "All right." 3 months into their relationship, Adrian's heat arrived. A few days prior, he began emitting his scent. The sea salt and mint pheromones came in waves. He would look at Leo with innocent eyes. He would say he thought his heat was coming. Leo nervously consulted his private doctor. He hoped for some professional advice. The doctor's reaction was dramatic. "Oh my God! Leo, you must prepare yourself. This won't be over in less than 7 days and nights." Leo was terrified. "Really?" "Absolutely. Adrian is a top-tier alpha. How will your small frame handle it? Listen to me, eat more these next few days. Build up your strength. Once his heat starts, you won't have time to eat." He also secretly gave Leo a tube of something. Leo threw it away like a hot potato. The doctor's words scared him, so he ate a lot every day. He awaited Adrian's heat with a sense of doom. The day it officially began, he was eating cake. He was devouring his second strawberry cake of the day. When Adrian came out of the bedroom, he had cream on his lips. Adrian's eyes were crimson. He looked at Leo, and his throat moved as he swallowed. Leo sensed a dangerous aura. He asked cautiously, "Are you hungry? Do you want some strawberry cake?" Adrian walked over to him. He kissed the cream from the corner of his mouth. Then he dipped a finger into the frosting. He drew a line along Leo's collarbone. His voice was deep and husky when he spoke. "I want to eat you.